Okay, so today we are going to do another lab here where this one's a double replacement reaction. Between we have lead iodide or lead nitrate right here, just a white solid, and potassium iodide, another white solid. Okay, so if you look at the formula, right, it's PbNO3 plus Ki. Okay, PbNO3 2 and Ki. So these are going to react. What we're going to get out of here is one solid product and one liquid. So the solid is going to be lead iodide, which is PbI2. So we're going to try and see how much of that lead iodide we make. When we do the lab, we'll be able to, record see how close we get to that. So what's different about this lab that we're going to do today is that we are going to calculate. We're going to try and figure out which one of these two runs out first. Right? One of them is going to run out, and then the amount of PbI2 is going to stop. So it's not going to be obvious this time like it was in the other lab when the blue stuff was gone, but the nail was still there. These are both going to be, they're both white solids. We're going to dissolve them in water. They're both going to be clear liquids. And so when we combine them, we'll see what happens. But we're not going to be able to tell by making an observation which one is limiting or not. So we're going to have to do the calculation portion to do that. Okay. So if we look through our lab, okay, and again on this one too, it's going to take another day to kind of finish it out. Our setup here and balance. We're gonna, instead of just letting this like pouring this out, we're gonna use a piece of filter paper, right? Kind of like a coffee filter. We're gonna use that, and we're gonna filter this stuff through a funnel, right? Through this filter paper on this funnel, and try and catch the solid in this filter paper. So we're gonna do a little bit. So filtration is again another like typical technique of chemists would do. So we're gonna do that today. Okay, so first thing it says weigh the mass of the filter paper. So we got to weigh the mass of the filter paper and record that. Okay, so if you look there, it is 1.41 grams. So the filter paper is 1.41 grams. And I'm just going to leave this off to the side for now. All right, so I'm going to get in 1 cup here. I'm going to take in 0. I'm going to get the amount of PbNO3 2, and I'm going to try and get about 0.25 grams, the directions tell me. So let's see what we get. That's pretty close already. So we're going to get not much more. That's a little bit too much, so scoop a little bit back out. All right, and that looks good. So that looks good. So 0.28 grams. So we're going to record that. So 0.28 grams. Okay. I'm going to go back. I didn't record the filter paper, so I'm going to record the filter paper's weight again. 1.40. Okay. So filter paper was 1.41. The lead iodide there, that's 0.28 grams. Okay, so that's our cup. Now we're going to measure in the Ki. And this one wants 4.45 grams. So we're going to have a little bit more. Be a little bit more generous, it looks like. All right, let's go with 0.49 grams. Okay. So those are our first two measurements. That's the grams of each that we're going to use those in our calculations. Now we want to dissolve these, and it says about 50 milliliters of water. I mean, I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That's about 50 milliliters. That's about 50 milliliters. That's close enough. It's about a quarter of these cups full. Okay, so then we need to dissolve that. To try and get what's like kind of stuck to the sides of this to dissolve. Just going to use one of these popsicle sticks today to help me dissolve. Okay, right when we got there, there's a couple of clear solids. Okay. So we got two clear solids that we're going to use. The next thing to do is to set up our filter paper here. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to like fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half again. Right, so we got like in a quarter, and then I'm just going to grab like one side of it and kind of open it up. So we got a little opening that'll fit inside our funnel here. Okay, and I'm just going to water that down just so it sticks to my funnel. So that's our filter paper setup. So that's our filter paper setup. Right, and then I need to mix these two. So I'm going to just choose one of the cups to mix these two. Whoa. And we get this yellow form, right? This bright yellow. Yeah, and that's lead iodide, that yellow color. That yellow color is lead iodide. You know, it looks as if it might stain. It might stain your clothes pretty good if you kind of spilled it on yourself. That's a nice bright yellow. Right, and this is actually, the yellow is a solid. Okay, the yellow is a solid. And then there's also a lot of water in there. And then our other product that we don't care about is KNO3. Okay, that's still dissolved in water, but we don't really care about that product. Okay, so I'm going to stir. Now, we're going to run this through the funnel. Okay, we're going to filter this through the funnel, right? And you have to do that pretty slowly. So I'm going to pour a little bit in there, and we're going to watch it filter through. Right, and ideally what happens is that the water and the second product filter through, and the yellow solid stays behind in the cup. And that just look like what I got. It looks like I got pretty clear water coming through at the moment. Okay, dripping, draining through. So that's good. That's a good start anyway. Okay, so hopefully we're collecting our yellow solid in this. The filter paper is catching the yellow solid. Okay, and I'm going to pause the video here and finish the rest of this, and then you don't need to watch this, and then we'll come back. Okay, so we have filtered, right? My cup is empty here. It's got some like yellow stains on it. So apparently we definitely lost some of the product. I washed this a couple times with the distilled water, but like this plastic cup is just stained. So we shouldn't get 100% yield because there's definitely some of it lost on the cup here. That's for sure. So, but other than that, the what drained through is pretty much all liquid, all water. So that's good. Um, and then we have here's what we got in the filter paper in the funnel, right? It's this like it's very yellow. It is yellow solid all over. There's a bunch down in the bottom, um, and there's a bunch on the sides. So what really needs to happen now is this just needs the water on the filter paper needs to dry off. So it's another situation here where we got to give this another day. So I'm going to just transfer it. I put my name on this cup, and we're going to leave that in there. And this is something that we're going to come back and weigh the final product of, for our next period. And we can determine the percent yield from there. Okay, so, in the meantime here today, you guys need to calculate the theoretical yield, right? And that's something we're going to kind of work our way through as a class here because we don't know which one's the limiting reactant, so we're going to have to calculate for both of the reactants we started with, the lead nitrate and the potassium iodide. We're going to have to do 2 steps to convert, or we have to convert both of them over and figure out which one we're going to use.